Alright, so today I'm going to show you what's supposedly a computer truck from Radio Shack. You'll see in a minute that it has absolutely got nothing to do with computers. Not sure what year this is from. It's got to be, I think, probably the late 70s, mid to late 70s, when this kind of computers and technology was, super popular, and people were just starting to slap the word computer on everything. This thing is basically a truck. It moves along, but it's no computer at all, nothing digital in the least. Again, kind of a little false advertising. You might argue that Radio Shack put out Tandy, so maybe that's how it's a computer truck. So this is a screen grab from eBay of a Radio Shack computer car. This one's a Porsche, and as you can see, it's the exact same premises as you'll see in a couple next videos. And again, it's not computerized at all. This is just a quick video to give you a sense of how it actually works. You're going to see more in a minute, but this is it moving along, motorized, got the little cam in the back. I'll explain it all in a second. So you can see this is in the original box, computer truck. Box is pretty beaten up, but not too bad. I got it for $10 at an antique place. Here's the truck itself. It opens up in the back. This is where these are the cams that will control the movement. Each cam, as you'll see in a minute, will make the truck move in a different way, from straight to a square to a circle, loops, zigzag, and I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how this works. It takes two batteries. You flip the cab, there's a tab, so the batteries go right there. You're going to see I already had to do a little bit of work on this. One of the wires was detached. I put it back in place, but I have some tape just to keep it from hitting the tires. And also a gear inside the motor box had come off. This slides, and I'm going to show you what's in there. So inside here is a motor and a cam. And you're going to see what the cam does in a second. So I'm going to turn it on. There's a switch right here. The tires move. And what you can't completely see is inside, you can see a little bit, that's moving. So in general, here's why. So there's a motor that spins the tire so it moves forward. But the trick here with these cams that lets it move is because of this mechanism here. And what you're going to see is that as this piece moves, you can see the tires move. And so when you slip one of the cams on, you'll see what happens. So I'm going to put this one on here. The cams, the different shaped cams actually go on this front one. And what's going to happen is when I turn it on, you're going to see it turns, and it moves this metal piece, which is making the tires turn. And it just keeps going over and over and over again. So the back tire is spinning to make it go forward. The front tire is turning because of that cam. Alright, so I took the cab off. It's going to make it easier for the truck to move because it's not perfect. The wheels don't get a lot of traction. And again, it lets you see a little bit better what's happening. You can see that connection there that's driving the front wheel. Alright, so here's hoping it's work. The cat is curious. So again, it's supposed to be square. Let's see how good it is. You can see if I keep my finger still, it does not come back to the same place each time. There it again, there's from overhead. Again, the movements are not super consistent. So again, what's supposed to be able to happen is I can put any one of these cams onto that shaft, and it will move in different directions. Again, the box shows you straight, circles, squares. But there's a problem. What you're going to see is the one that I was using in the video so far. Inside is a white piece. That white piece is not supposed to be there. If you look at all the other ones, they don't have it. That white piece is supposed to stay on here, and then you're supposed to move it on, move the different cams onto there. So I tried getting it out. I was unable to at the moment, so I'm going to have to try to modify it. What I'm going to try to do is actually kind of shave off the top of this and then be able to push it out, and then I would kind of also drill holes in here, so anytime I put one in I can then push it back out. So we'll see how it goes. It works as it is, but it's not, I really want to have the ability to put the different cams on, so what the heck, I'll give it a shot. Hopefully I don't make it worse, which is distinctly possible. Alright, so this is my thought process. I want to use a drill bit that is not quite as wide as that white piece. So this one's a little bit smaller. That way, when I drill out the top, the hole is big enough for me to push that out, but not so big that this will just slide out easily. So that's my thought. I'm going to try drilling actually one of these first, because again, I'm worried a little bit about damaging that white piece, because if I damage that white piece, I got serious trouble. So I'm going to first try drilling this one and see what happens, and yeah, could be bad. So I'm just using a regular hand drill here, corded one. I don't have a lot of fancy equipment, so this is going to have to do. Alright, here goes nothing. Okay, well, there's a hole in it. I'm going to do another one, just again for practice, so that before I do any of the others, or the actual one with that cam in, it'll be better.
Hope you don't drill your fingers off.
Well, that's the one with the friggin' thing in it. So I forgot about that, and I just screwed that up. Alright, let's see if I can salvage this and push it out. Looks like I took at least part of the cam apart. Not good. I forgot that that was the one with the cam in it. Alright, so what I'm going to try to do is use this, I think it's a nail set, to get that in there. Hopefully hit it out with the hammer enough that it sticks out, and I can use the needle nose to get it all the way. That might be bad, actually. Okay, so that's actually starting to come out. I might have wrecked it. I'm hammering it into the table. That doesn't help. Alright, so starting to come out. Alright. So here it is. That is that piece that is supposed to remain on the shaft. It's going to be real hard to see. I did drill some of it out, but I don't know. It's not terrible, hopefully. Alright, so let me finish drilling the other ones, Yeah, I got 2 more to drill, so let me just drill those. Oh, that did not sound good. Alright, well, I took a little extra chunk off of that one. Wasn't completely in the center, which is not great. Okay, so I got all 6 of them drilled. Let's see what I can do with it and whether it works. Alright, so I'm going to try to see if I can now actually get another cam on there, get it to actually work, make sure it won't slip. I'm going to try to do this one. It's a zigzag pattern, so that'll be that one. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is put the shaft in there, whatever it's called. I'm actually calling it different things. Alright, so that slides in okay. I think I want it to be flush. So again, I'm just going to turn the tire and move that thing back so I can get this on here easier. Let's see what happens. Alright, so let's turn it on and see what happens. That seems to be working. Alright, so here goes nothing. I haven't tried it. I don't know how well it will work or if at all. Oh boy. So it does not work quite right. It turns seemingly a lot more to the right than to the left. Again, it makes it seem like it's supposed to zigzag. And it does somewhat, but not perfect. Alright, so I popped that one off, and actually the white piece stayed on. So that's not such a bad thing. What I'm going to try now is this piece, which theoretically makes it do a whole bunch of loops. We'll see what happens. Alright, so here goes the theoretical loop-to-loops. Well, it's going in circles, certainly, but it seemed like it from the box that it should have gone in one circle after the other, kind of forward. So here's the problem, it's not on there right. So I'm going to see what I can. So here's the problem, when I put the cam on, I pushed the white little piece all the way down, so the yellow piece wasn't actually in place. So that's why it was not working like it was supposed to. I'm going to see what I can do. Alright, so I just took the white thing off with the needle nose pliers and put it in here flush, and now I'm going to put that on and see if that works better. Okay, so it's on there now, like it's supposed to be pretty much. So let's see if that works any better. So I guess it's a figure 8, right? Yeah, okay. So that's actually working decently. And you can kind of see what's happening. The back tires also are not perfect, so probably all those things are contributing to some of the problems. So one of the things that always confused me as a kid is why, there's 2 circles, and one made it go in a circle, which is kind of, I figured it would do. But the other would make it go straight. That seemed to make no sense to me. But when you think about it, it makes sense. So here's the small one. And when you pull it back and put it on, and again, the cam's not in there, you get a sense with the tires that the tires are lined up. So they're straight. So that will make it go, the small one makes it go in a straight line. If you switch it over to the bigger one, whoops, you can see the tires are turned, and so it's not focusing there, but you can get a sense that it will obviously, as this turns, it's going to always keep that at the same distance, and so it will always turn in a circle. Alright, so here it is with the small circle, which is theoretically straight. So I got it on the line. We'll see how straight it goes. And I got to release it, obviously. Yeah, very much veering to the right. Yeah, totally veers to the right. Alright, and now I got the big circle on there, which should be actually a circle. Alright, so I got the cab on there, see if it changes anything. This is that zigzag one. So we're going to see how that works with the cab. Alright, so I'm not sure what the heck that proves. Alright, so I'm going to leave you with one last one, the kind of the figure 8 one with the full cab on. The repair basically works. I can obviously switch those cams in and out now with that hole, and I did not do any damage to them, so at least that's good. I think the imperfection, the fact that it doesn't actually move, you know, in great zigzags and consistent straight lines, is probably just the imperfection of the toy itself. I don't think that's from the repair or anything else. I think it's just a relatively cheap toy. So, so the repair worked, and hope you enjoyed the video. There we go. Figure 8s, theoretically. Yeah, it's not working. Oh, there we go.